or anything like that, if you're too late, feel free to get up and head out. Won't hold anything against you. So yeah, these are all questions that are coming to us from you guys, from the question box or from texting them in. So let's get started. Yeah, so how can I be stronger in fighting sexual temptation? I've tried in the past and it never seems to work. Do you guys have suggestions?
Alright, everybody's looking at me, so guess
You could get married.
Yeah. Just get married, like everybody else on the film. No. Sexual temptation, obviously we talked about it a lot in the last few weeks, and it's obviously like a real big deal. It's a major thing. And obviously that means that everybody has had these experiences with it, and everybody has thought about it. There have been books written on it, this, that, and the other. And so just some things in my, just trying to get the question in, just some things in my life that I've learned, practical things, different like groups, like accountability partners. You have different people who are heading in the same direction as you. Different people who want the same sexual purity, sexual healing, that can hold you accountable, that can check in on you when you're in different situations, that you can talk to about your problems, that you can go to in your times of need. It's better to have more than less. A good, strong core group of people who can help you in that. Also, you have to guard your gateways. You have to guard your eyes. You have to guard your ears. There are a lot of different ways that Satan can get into your mind. You can watch stuff on TV. You can listen to music that can hinder you from getting to where you want to be as far as sexual purity. And the main thing that I've realized in life is the best way to fight it is to have the desire to fight it. And it's a long fight. It's a major struggle. It's a really big struggle. But until you actually get fed up with it, until you actually get tired of it, you won't be able to have the kind of fight, the kind of drive, the kind of motivation to not put yourself in those situations, to not do certain things. I think in the back of our minds, in the front of our minds, we all know what leads to problems in our life. We all know that we shouldn't go over to a girl's house after this certain time. We all know that we shouldn't go where this certain person is or something like that. We all know that certain situations lead to this. And you just kind of, if you have that desire, a strong desire, you make the choice not to. And your desire is kind of what drives all of you to make all those choices, because a lot of times we can all attest to, or a lot of people who fought this fight can attest to the fact that we've known a lot of this stuff, yet and still we've went to those situations, we've done these certain things just because we still wanted to do it. But that's all right.
I think to piggyback off that, I think accountability is key. Like, for me, Ebony is one of my people. Like, I know that I'm going to see her every Tuesday and every Sunday when I go to church, and she's going to be like, stay out of trouble this week. And, like, that is huge for me. Like, I just don't think that sexual sin is something that you can fight on your own. It's so much about accountability and having people in your life that want the same things as you. And on that same note, I just think being in a relationship with somebody who desires that as much as you is so powerful. I can't imagine being in a relationship if I want purity before marriage with somebody that doesn't. Like, having two people that are both striving towards that is so powerful. And like Demetria said, for me it's like you gotta pick situations that are gonna set you up for success. I mean, if you're staying home, if I'm staying home, if we're staying home, watching a movie in the dark at my apartment alone, like, what do you think is gonna happen? Like, it's picking things to do or people to hang out with. Like we go out with D and FD, like, let's get out of the house. Like, let's get out. Let's get in situations where we can all still hang out and have fun. and set ourselves up for success and take ourselves out of things that are going to be really hard and that we're going to struggle with, that would be really hard to fight.
I'll throw one other thought in the mix. In general, you can't just stop doing one thing without starting to do something new. And so don't just try to stop sinning or stop engaging in the bad activities, but add into your life worship. Add time in the Word. Add communion with God. Get to know the Lord better and replace the desires in your heart that are chasing after sin with desire for Him.
Yeah, who's going to say that?
I also just want to throw this out there. I forgot to mention it earlier. If you guys think of any questions as you're going through this or anything that relates to what people are talking about, you can text that number on the board, and then we'll try to get that addressed as we keep going through. So the next question is, obviously prayer played a big part in it all, but how do you know when you're ready to be with that person for the rest of your life? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with that person? So pretty much, how do you know, and how do you know that the person you're with is the right one?
Yeah. I'll start on this one. So step one is, are you running the same race? If you are a follower of Christ, the first question that you've got to ask is this person running the same direction in life that I am? Are they following Christ? Are we going to the same destination in the end? And if the answer to that question is yes, then you can start to look at some other factors and considerations. The Bible doesn't give a clear answer for who you should marry. You can read it all day long and you're not going to find black and white. You should marry so-and-so. But it does give you a ton of wisdom about the type of person that you want to marry. And so for me, the deciding factor, there's a ton of prayer, there's a ton of asking God for wisdom and helping me to understand what to do. But the deciding factor for me, Proverbs 31:10 says, an excellent wife who can find. She's more precious than jewels. In other words, an excellent woman, a quality, godly woman, is a rare find. There's not a lot of those kind of women around. And so when you find an excellent woman like that, lock her up. That's the kind of put a ring with it.
Add to that, if you want a quality woman, then you need to be a quality man. You can't, not only are you running the same race, but you're running the same race at the same pace. That has to be there. I would say also, for Jamie and I remember when we were dating, we had some buzzkill dates of how do you know if you're in love with each other? How do you know? I remember Valentine's Day, our second Valentine's Day. We're kind of on the slow train dating, but that's okay. But I guess we never had this conversation. How do you know if you love someone? How do you know if you want to spend the rest of your life with someone? And we were kind of both on the same page, we didn't know. And so it was kind of hard. That was a hard conversation, but it was we need to kind of figure this out. And I think other ways that you can kind of learn, inviting people into your relationship, not only having great accountability, for physical purity, but also have people go on dates in groups of people. Don't just be by yourself. Have your friends give you the green lights. If they're not giving you the green light, you probably shouldn't. It's probably not a great relationship for you to be in. If they're trustworthy, good friends. I would say also, just walking with God. I was going to mention this a little later, and I'm not going to share too much about The Bachelor last night. But last night I did watch Bachelor, and there was a girl that she said, to Sean, you make me whole. I'm no longer a broken person. And I just think that